Hello, I decided I'd help people out with a power window conversion for a Ford LTD. You can also put the Lincoln Continental Mark V mirror and replace the one you've got. It has a nice pretty face on it. So if you're sick of this, you see your person's $3,000 Kia has, you're like, why? After you get the door panel off and repair the plastics with epoxy and repaint it, and then glue this piece to the door panel to make it stronger. When you get the door panel off, this is your sweet hole, second from the bottom, right there. You're going to mount your 1981 Bronco power window regulator. Why the 81? Because of the price. You can get a pair of these for 60 bucks with motors. Here's your old window regulator, your old wheel guide. Here's the new revised slide guide. It's a better part. Now, to do this job, you're going to have to tear down both doors and do both of them at the same time. Once you've about got your regulator bolted into the door, and you can't really see in there, but you got it bolted in the sweet spot. That guide is in the track, your glass is out, but you leave this mechanism in here. You unbolt the 3 bolts on that and take the glass only out. And then you leave that piece in there. Once you've got it bolted in the lower hole, which is this one, in the center, like that, in the door, with the motor pointed down. The motor will be pointed down. That lets you know which regulator to use. Now to drill these holes, you're like, oh God, how am I going to drill 6 holes blind? You don't. You put the other regulator on the other side, tighten it down, and that shows you where to drill all the holes. At last, when you roll it a certain direction to get the last one. And once you've got the last one, then you're going to turn the regulator around this way and put it backwards to get that last hole. Then now you've got 6 holes because this glass is very heavy. Okay. Then you're going to do the same thing on the other door. You're going to use both regulators so that you can get those holes drilled. And over here is the glass. To remove the glass, you're going to take out those 3 nuts off these plastic guides. You're not going to unbolt that mechanism. With the glass out, you will window tint it. Always use mirror window tint if you're serious about staying cool in summer, as I did. Mirror window tint. And then for privacy, white window tint on these little dumb windows that serve no purpose. So that, my friends, is how you do power window regulators in this car. Then when you get to the armrest, you'll have to take these guides out to get the glass out. I've done all the hard work of putting guides in, taking them out, stops, all that, raising it up and down, making sure that slide stays in the track. That's the hardest part. But that magic bolt right there, let's not forget that, is second from the bottom, right in front of the latch. To get the door panel off, you got to take the handle off, or you'll bust this plastic, as other people do. Now, where the hole is right here, you're going to be putting a cup holder. You take a piece of metal, tin, like refrigerator skin, drill your holes for the cup holder, and then drill it through the tin, and put the tin on the back side, and then put your screws in, so it's not just holding onto cardboard, there's some metal back there. And then those screws will go through the vinyl, through the cardboard, into the tin, and they'll be snug. You can even put a little epoxy on the back of your cup holder. They're known, the screws, to back out as you open and close the doors. But on these, once you're done with that, there's your speaker hole. You put a round speaker, as the factory has in the metal there. I'm going with a 6.5, but a 5 is better. It fits more exact. A little bit more work to do that. Once you've got all those pieces done, and you've got your metal switches, metal switch panel here, then you're going to take a die grinder and cut it out for the 2-window universal power window switch kit with the smallest of the switches. They have big rockers, and I thought about, oh, just put the plastic rockers through that. And I said, no, I'm going to have the stainless trim on the back and the front like factory. So I bought the metal plates, and I'm going to custom mount the switches. I'll show you that in another video. But once these panels are out, door panels are famous for rotting when the water goes down in the door. That plastic helps, but it's not everything. Make sure you spray underneath all your trim, everywhere. This trim back here, all the way across. This body side molding. Every piece of trim with Cosmoline. So when the water sits behind it, it's not going to rust. You will spray the back of your door panel, the cardboard, with Cosmoline. It will be waxy, and then it will stay waterproof. And don't forget the bumper tuck. And on the front grille, you're going to knock out all these squares, break them out with pliers, use a file each one down, and then you're going to use bed liner and paint each one so you have the aggressive grille. More airflow. You don't need all those little, see, I left these here because that's where the screws go to hold it in place. A set of H4, H1 glass Hella headlights with the blue bulbs, since the car is blue. And then I deleted the yellow reflector and have a switchback bulb. I'll show you those in another video. Okay, that's all that we've got here today, the power window conversion, to show you how to do it. So you don't buy used window regulators, motors, and have $300 from a junkyard and somebody else's old worn out stuff. This way, they're new, they're available, they're abundant. You get the better guide. It slides smoother. And there you have it. Power window regulators. I used them in that car. Say hello to the sweet doggy, Mr. Patch. He has to be chained because the man next door is insane. He likes to shoot any dog because he won't buy a hunting license and shoot deer and ducks and wild boar. He has to hunt neighbors' dogs. If you'd like to know more about that, ask me. On the Audi, same thing. The Ford Bronco regulators. I had to buy the window track that glues on the bottom of the glass. But this car, same thing. Cup holder where the crank was. And it's still torn apart. Power windows. And you tint the glass while it's out of the car. Chrome door handles. Key to light. Even found that a Pontiac Phoenix lock cover and a GM lock, believe it or not, a GM lock fits in an Audi Fox. We'll have more on the Audi Fox later. Okay, that's it for today. I just wanted to document that because that's a lot of research, and this is my 5th car to convert manual to power windows. I'm going to be deleting the filler on this and doing a bumper tuck as well.